Hi, I'm Michaela Erno, and this is video journal number 1 from a human services class. Out of all of the people in need in our society, I find myself doing the most good for the children in need. I have a passion for helping children, and I hope to become a child protection social worker. So many of our children are in need, whether it be because of poverty or illness, abuse and neglect, or just a lack of understanding. And when I say lack of understanding, I just mean they don't understand the harsh realities of our world yet. They may not understand why their parents are getting a divorce or why one of their parents passed away. I see myself working with the children that have been abused and neglected. I really started thinking about this when I was a lead teacher for infants and toddlers at a daycare. And they required us to go to a class for abuse and neglect. And this taught us what our job is when we suspect a child is being abused and neglected, what to look for the warning signs, who to call, and just what to do. It also let us know how often abuse and neglect occurs. And one problem or issue that I would really like to take on is the problem of the unsuitable homes for the children that have been abused and neglected. Social service agencies provide help for abusive parents and caretakers and to improve their skills to become better parents. Agencies believe that keeping the family together is the best option. So in most cases, children stay within the home and they're monitored by an agency to make sure that there's no more abuse in the household. In other cases, an agency may feel like a child is endangered by staying at the home. So they're taken from their home and they're put into foster homes. And we all know that being in a foster home doesn't necessarily mean that the abuse stops. There's not enough people who are willing to take in children that are in need. So many children are thrown into homes with unsuitable foster parents. Their homes may be crowded, or they not being mentally stable enough to take in a child that has been abused and neglected or in need. I would like to help push for better training of these foster parents by requiring them to take a certain amount of classes that before taking a child in. And these classes would provide them with the knowledge and the skills of abuse and neglect, and would help them be able to care for the child that's been abused and neglected the right way. I think that mental and emotional screenings would also be really helpful. This would secure the idea that children are going into a safe and secure environment. There's also an issue that I feel is not really talked about that much, and that would be the effect of a child going from foster home to foster home and then possibly going back to their biological parents when they feel an agency feels that the parents have improved their skills enough to have their child back, and then dealing with the possible occurrence that they could be put back into foster home if their parents abuse them again. This back and forth instability affects them mentally, on top of already being mentally affected by the abuse and neglect. And social service agencies are doing their best to help their child, or to help a child in need. And however, we need to improve the ways that we go about this process for them. As I continue my education in human services, I look forward to becoming a social worker and helping the children in need.